What do I mean when I say you have to drop the how? The how is a detriment for you because in how we're asking continuously and looking for strategy. But a strategy truly doesn't exist because what is the strategy is something that if you follow, you're gonna get this result. And if it doesn't work, we blame the strategy. And when we're doing the energetics and the energy, it's all within and we can't see it. So what I want to say to you is dropping the words how and trusting internally yourself that you're going to build that muscle. And if we call the muscle limitless, you're going to build that because it exists in you. If it exists in someone else and exists in you, it really does. And if you see it in someone else, and if you see the beauty of someone else, that exists in you because you can see it. Where others can't see that about that person, but you can see it because that exists within you. I want to say this to you too. If you get triggered by someone having so much richness or so much of whatever they're having, success, look at it within yourself. Is it truly that that's what you want? And can you actually have it and create that what you want? So I always say this because I see this a lot of times. People don't start something because they go like, money is evil, money is this. I've seen it in my parents, this is what they've done. I don't want to have that, blah, blah, blah. The story goes on. But if you have, let's go say if it's a money, if you have got that success, that power, can you actually channel it, use it, align it, vibrate in that goodness? Yes, you can, because some people do goodness. They don't abuse it. So the money or the power in a good people is a good thing. In a bad people, it's a bad thing. So don't compare yourself to the bad people because you're obviously not. But you don't want to start it because it's like, I'm going to become them. You're not going to become because you're already different. You're already different. So start writing your dream. So dream from the head, put it on the paper, start writing it. And then start becoming that version of you who is already living in that dream. And if you want to call it how, this is how you do it. But it's not a strategy. And it's more about the flow. Absolutely about the flow. When it becomes normal, that routine is normal. We don't remind ourselves, oh, I have to wash the teeth. We just do it. So when you are, let's go say, dry brushing your body in the morning or putting a beef tallow on your face and doing a lymphatics massage in the morning, I do that every morning. I'm reading my vision board. I'm reading my things, what I have got written down for me. I'm reading that and visioning myself to be in that. And some of you, probably like me, had a story where we started, let's go say, a business. I started off my business from the sheer determination because I was divorcing. I had no money. I had no job to work because I was working with my ex-husband in a clinic. When I put the papers for divorce, I was not working there. He said, no, you're not coming to the clinic anymore. That's it. I didn't have a job. And then I started my own business. 0 clients, 0 everything, had to rent, 2 kids, no family in Australia. And he paid minimal child support. So if you're asking that questions, I had minimal $49.95 he was paying for 2 kids. So I had that. So then in the meantime, I got a second job to be able to help me to be able to balance the whole lot. Was it hard? Was it difficult? Was it challenging? Yes, it was. But I believe in my business so much. I believe in myself. I believe in my gift so much that it was like, this is it. Of course it's going to happen. Of course I'm going to be good. Of course. There was moments when it was challenging. This is the moments when it's the best thing to have a people around you who are doers, who are in empowerment, who are in identity shifts, who are not in a victimhood, who are doing. Or hire a mentor, hire someone who's going to be able to help you, and hire someone who's actually doing it. There's so many people out there who are actually not doing it, but they're just preaching, but they're not actually doing it. So follow someone, and I would say to you, follow them for a while, and then you will see the consistency, authenticity of it, what they're doing, what they're creating, what they're becoming. So have a look at that. And be consistent. Consistency is the key. Another part of it, there is seasons. Just like in the nature, we have got, and I compare lots of things to the nature, because we need to be in the flow with nature. There's 4 seasons, though in Australia it's almost like 2 seasons, but 4 seasons. We as humans cannot be always in doing. Sometimes we are in a hibernation. Sometimes we are in integration. Hibernation is integration. Sometimes some levels are a little bit harder than the others. And harder because we're breaking a pattern. Is it generational pattern? Is it a pattern from an inner child? What happened to you? It's breaking the pattern. And you're building a new one. The habit of the humans is to go back to the old one because that's a habit. That's a comfort. That's what we learned. And then now we're learning, like, we're doing new things. We're doing new things. And then when you become in a different level, a higher level, and you have your children, my ones are now 21 and 24. So they see different you. They see different. It's not survival. It's not sheer determination. It's flow and ease. But my children witness the other parts too. But I always say to them, gratitude and teaching them about identity shifts. What maybe their dad, which he did, put it in their heads that it's not possible for them to achieve, because if they don't have a degree, that's not possible, all sorts of things. What he said to them, that was actually projections of his, and then for them to believe in themselves, to absolutely believe in themselves. And if they're still looking for it, to find something what they are loving, until they're not completely devoted to it, and devoted in a sense of it doesn't feel like work, it feels like this is my mission, then it will feel incredible. For me, my work doesn't feel like a work in a traditional sense, not like nursing where it's like a work. My work feels like, who can I help? And this is what I have got on my vision board every day. And I say, God, who can I help today? Because I see the clients, yes, for limitless, but then I see the clients who have got a medical need and they need me for the medical parts, which is medical intuitive, which sometimes is, I'm seeing people with a cancer, with Parkinson, with lots of things, and to help them to go through that journey, because we all have got journeys where we sign up. And another thing I want to add on to here is we sign up for certain journeys, and we sign up and it's all written down in the stars. We get to have a choice. What kind of garden are we planting? What beliefs we are planting around it? And all the challenges, what you went through in your life, I want that you see them as there were challenges to perhaps break the pattern of the childhood, to break and to actually be yourself, to become that higher version of you. Because maybe you come up with a soul contract to show, to be a lighthouse. And for me, certainly that is, as my grandpa said to me, always be a lighthouse when I was little. And I didn't understand that. And he built so many lighthouses At home, we actually had statues and all sorts of things about lighthouses and windmills. And I'm born and raised in Croatia, so not in Netherlands. And it was just fascinating. And he always said to me, just be a lighthouse, be a lighthouse. Until my 30s, I didn't understand the whole concept. And when I was going in my late 30s through the divorce, I was like, okay, now I understand the concept of a lighthouse. But it took a while. And why it took a while? I had to evolve to that part. So sometimes when we are wanting something and manifesting, it doesn't happen in an instant because we need to evolve. And perhaps now you're in evolving times. So evolving times is keep going. Don't lose the eyesight of your prize, of your things that you're achieving. We can get so quickly lost in it and say, it's not fast enough. But maybe you need to repolish. Maybe you need to move a little bit, like in a feng shui, you know, if you move this crystal or if you move this and make it like more cluster, or, you know, things happen differently. So we need to maybe be in a cluster. Maybe we need to be with other people. Maybe we need to be by ourselves just to embody and integrate things. And this is what I feel, that it's a collective message. And keep going. Keep going. Absolutely keep going. Everything what you're doing is not seen, it's being seen. Just keep going. And you're not proving to anyone. You're not proving, especially if you're female. We're not here to prove, because that's a wounded masculine. We're just here to be ourselves and to nurture ourselves. And while we're working, we can nurture. We can nurture our heart, we can nurture our thoughts, we can nurture our identity. I'm not here to prove. We're just here to be. We're not competing with anyone either. And if you're male and you're listening to this, stay in your lane. The same as female, stay in your lane. You're not competing. And in nature, one flower doesn't fight for the position, doesn't say to other ones, I smell more than you, or I'm more vibrant, or I've got more of this. It just is. It just is. So just be and stay in your lane. If somebody's doing more than you, who says who that it's doing more? But in your mind, it's probably saying that to you. And are they doing more? They're doing what they're doing. Just focus on yourself and be in a rooms of people who are doing what you wanted to achieve. That's why the conferences exist. That's why the summits exist. That's why the mentorship exists. When we're in a rooms where we can ask questions, when we can grow, when we can listen to other people's opinions. And it's absolutely magical. And this is the point where is that becoming journey starts being as limitless. And when you become that limitless, it's not in a physical form, it's in a mental form, it's in a spiritual form, it's on a level where there is no labels and it's peaceful, and you keep going on your journey and there is no competition. And to me, that's coming home to yourself. In a spiritual world, that means lots of things about the heart and a bridge between the heart and the mind. Being in the heart is in a soul living. When we're in our mind, it's based on past experiences. But if we're in the soul and in the heart, it's based on heart. There is no past experiences. And there is no pain. And we're talking about the emotions. The emotions, when they give you pain, is from the mind. It's not from the heart. And to leave you today with this, the limit doesn't exist. You're becoming limitless. Limitless from within. When we develop that muscle, which is called limitless for me, it's incredible. Absolutely incredible. And if it's the season of integration, so be it. Don't lose your alignment just because your vision didn't come as yet. It's coming, and you just be in it. Even if your physical mind is not yet integrated in your timeline, it's coming. So much love to you.